Hello. Weekly energy read for 16th, I think. 17th? Oh, 17th of May to the 24th. Let's have a look. I am using this Wonderland Shadow Tarot and clarifying with this little skeleton deck. Let's have a look and see what's going on this week. I am in my little tarot cabin that's now got internet in it, so that's really fun for me. Ace of Wands. Woohoo! I feel like we need a little uplift of energy. I do. Do you? Ace of Wands there. So, a new inspiration, perhaps a little bit of clarity coming this way. Yeah, could be not quite smooth sailing though, strangely. I'm feeling like with that rose that there could be some thorns with it this week. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, could be starting over, could be bringing in feeling like there's a bit of a shaky foundation. Perhaps that's what the thorns are. Slightly shaky foundation. Four of Cups. Something's coming in. You can't quite see it. You think you know what's going on. I've got this Three of Cups there actually. I've drawn that. So, but there's a fourth cup coming in. Something extra is you're not aware of it, or you're ignoring it. Something you're ignoring. Ten of Wands in reverse. Releasing of burdens. This is kind of feeling a little bit like last week, where there's a little bit of that stop-start energy. You think you're taking a stride ahead, you're not, you're falling back. So let's have a look at these all together. Ace of Wands, like I said, getting that mostly okay, but not without its prickles. And the Three of Pentacles there in reverse. So you might be feeling a little destabilized, a little bit like the foundations are shaking. The Four of Cups, but there's something going on in the background that you can't see. And this is like the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. And you can see he is really shadowy, actually. There's something going on. It almost looks like those teacups are floating on their own accord. And then the Ten of Wands, releasing of burdens. So perhaps what you can't see is something that's actually coming along that's going to make your life just a little bit easier. And that's the unknown quantity that we're dealing with. Reverse Ten of Pentacles. So you could be, you know, waiting on something that is going to like really complete your cycle of financial well-being. Ten of Pentacles is often about legacy, inheritance. You might be waiting on something like that. You could be waiting on money to land that will help make your life a little bit more comfortable when it flips it up, right? And this Ace of Wands also could be the inspiration to start something this week where your foundations are a bit freaky and you can't see what's going on, and your Three of Pentacles in reverse is you know, causing this wobble. But this could be that this thing that's inspiring that you, or this new beginning, or this new clarity, is going to help release the burdens. And the burdens will in turn, released burdens, will in turn help this money or this greater security. So something could be flipping on its head. Perhaps, like I said, you're getting the slightly prickly end of the stick. Oh, another reversal. I feel like we're probably not in retrograde, but there's so many reversals lately. Queen of Swords in reverse underneath the Three of Pentacles. So you could be at the receiving end of some harsh truths, or someone else could be destabilizing the situation by their harsh words, by their injustice, by doing something that is causing a little disturbance. And it's something a little bit underhand, really. I mean, you could be not speaking up about it, you could be being quiet about it, but I feel like it's something, maybe that's what you can't say. Yeah, maybe you can't see that somebody is being doing things that are a little bit unfair in the background, and that's why you're feeling a little bit like that. I mean, often the Queen of Swords is very clear, very concise, very off with the head on. Maybe that's what you're stepping back from a little bit. Maybe that you are, where I said thorns, maybe you're feeling this energy and you're just like, oh, let me just withdraw at the moment because it's causing this disharmony. Like I said, this is a bit like last week's reading. The Fool in reverse. You don't know where this clock here. You don't know which direction to take, and you're not really as confident. And I'm feeling like normally you would be very confident, but this time you're not, and you are waiting for the right time. You know, the Fool does indicate that you should have a little bit of faith. You should be able to leap forward it with joy, but if you're not feeling it, perhaps that's the right thing, because there's Four of Cups here. There's something you can't see, but perhaps your instincts are telling you, oh, pause a little bit. Let's not do too much too soon. Oh, I don't know what this is about again. I've been like this all May. All May I've been a little bit like this. Let's find out. So this releasing of burdens, this not yet achieving, oh, Two of Swords, decision time. Yeah. So you're waiting for this time. You're waiting to perhaps feel the time, or perhaps you're waiting on a judgment or somebody else's opinion that's not coming forward to give you clarity. Nobody's speaking up. Nobody's being cleared. It's giving you a really you're like, oh, I don't know where to go. I feel like I should know. I feel like I want to step forward or jump forward into this next phase, but this is not the right time yet. I don't feel like the right time is far away. I feel like the right time is very soon, but that's going to give you some really big decisions, and these decisions are major crossroads. You're going to probably have two directions that you can go in. One of those you might not see yet. You might not have that ability to see far into the future fast. Perhaps it is going to come in fast in a minute. Perhaps we're going to see a decision very, very quickly, quicker than you expect. As a Hermit, Virgo energy. I love the moon behind. I feel like this is a message to make sure that you're reflecting and taking that time to, you know, to pause. And perhaps this clarifies that this Queen of Swords is more like not speaking up. So you're just pausing for the moment. You're taking a breath. You're not throwing yourself into the next step yet. You're actually, whether you know you're doing it or not, you're actually strategically placing yourself ready to make the decision. And perhaps that's what you're contemplating. Perhaps you already know which two decisions you've got, which way you might want to move forward. And yeah, that's why that Hermit has come up really big, bold, And he's also stood in front of the moon. So he's like, I'm feeling the fear and doing it anyway. So he's feeling that fear, but he's not going to let that stop him. He's reflecting on it. But rather than taking an impulsive action, stepping forward unexpectedly or just, merrily going along the way, he's actually contemplating it really seriously and knowing. And then we've got the Queen of Cups. So this instinct, this intuition is right on point. You are getting a feeling, you're getting an idea that something is necessary, some action is required. You might not really fully understand it, and you are waiting for the right time. You feel like you're going to know, and then you'll be able to make the decision. But you need to spend a little bit of this time sitting and analysing your fears, working out what is worrying you, what is making you not step forward this week. I wish I could have some clearer readings this week because it's such a muddled energy. Perhaps that's the point. Oh, the Empress, she came out last week too. So the Empress there is this creativity. Now, I am now feeling with this card that this could be a new business venture. It could be a whole new way of life, and you could be envisaging it. And perhaps that's what your intuition is picking up on. The intuition is saying, sit quietly with your feelings at the moment. Things are not going as you plan. You are releasing some burdens. You are going to be able to sort of free up a little bit more of bandwidth, and you are going to be thinking about, what am I doing with my resources? What does my long-term vision look like? If you're young, you could be just doing a very basic outline that sets you up for the future. And if you're older, you could be more honing down into those last few years and those sort of twilight years that you've got. Perhaps you're looking at your pension, perhaps you're looking at your home, perhaps you're looking at the choices there, whether you want to live where you want to live, perhaps you are looking at starting a new business. So, the Empress is full of creativity, she's full of love, she is a provider, she waits for things to come to her because she's an all magical being. She is the 4 queens, all of them in one, all wrapped up. So that's a really gorgeous, nurturing energy. In the traditional deck, she is with child, so that shows the creativity. So this time, if you're feeling a little bit confused about what you want to do and how you want to move forward, this week, spending time recognizing what things are a little bit scary, and recognizing that you can't see everything before you. We don't always know what's going to happen, and that can be quite unsettling. But I feel that this week, the key point is not that you know the end result, not that you know the outcome, but more that you are living in your own truth, that you're settling with it, you're feeling that fear, you are contemplating, well, if I have to go this direction, I'll do this. If I have to go this direction, I'll do this. But the key thing is that you are in tune with what you want and not being run on adrenaline or the rose petals that are falling. They're all soft, but obviously on a rose you've got the prickles. So don't be disturbed by the odd prickle. Because they're just the pain that you have to go through to get to what you want. Oh man, again. So the Hanged Man upright is about a change of perspective. So I feel like you need a little bit of extra flexibility this week. You need not just physical flexibility in terms of diarising times, but mental flexibility to make sure that you are not fixating on one path and one path only, because there is a choice here. I hope this makes sense. Now we're going to use this skeleton for the clarifier. So what is causing this inspired new beginning that you're a little bit concerned about? Because it's not all smooth sailing. There's a few pain points there. That's undermining the foundation. What is that we're looking at? What can... Ooh. Justice. Okay, so we had the Queen of Swords in reverse, which did make me feel like perhaps something wasn't being spoken up. There wasn't clear clarity. So something is tied to justice this week, and I said there could be somebody going behind you. I didn't say going behind your back, but meaning you know, talking about you not telling the truth or something like that. And this justice card here is sat over, or it will be when I put it down, it's sat over this Ace of Wands, this new inspiration, this new clarity. And you're going to get a little bit of clarity this week about the direction you're going in, which, you know, waiting for this justice is causing a foundational disturbance. So at least we know now we're waiting for something. It could be a work contract. It could be a personal contract. It could be literally about the balance that you find in yourself, which I don't normally get with, obviously, justice. It's the 8th card. It could be associated with a Leo. It could be to do with money. Could be to do with contracts. So let's have a clarifier for the 4 of Cups and the 10 of Wands reversed. 7 of Reels, yeah. So the 10 of Wands is releasing burdens. So you are going to see the thing that you can't see at the moment is going to come in, and it's going to be a return on your investment. And this is now to me clear that this is a positive return. So because the 10 of Wands in reverse is releasing a burden. So you might be hearing, you might actually physically be receiving some funds that are going to help support you, perhaps going to help you set up your business, perhaps they're going to just stabilize your income at the moment. But these burdens are going to be released, they're going to be freed up by something you've already invested in, not necessarily monetarily investment, but in time. So you've been putting in the hours, you've been putting in the work, you've been, you know, keeping your connections burning, and something's coming in and you don't know what it is. It could be a surprise, although I don't really read the 4 of Cups as a surprise, but because you can't see it, you may be surprised that this has happened and that this has come in, or it just comes a little bit quicker than you expected. Please do let me know if this makes sense. And then we're looking at the 10 of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse. So this could be a judgment or a decision that's going to actually affect your money, and it could be quite fundamental to how you move forward in the future, which is why you're holding back on the faith and feeling a little bit nervous, and it's why you're waiting or having to make big decisions, really big decisions here that are going ahead. 7 of Pens, so 7 of Swords. Oh no, 7 of Wands in this deck, sorry. 7 of Pens, 7 of Wands. It's in reverse. You won't be surprised to see. Oh, well, now, I did say there could be something a little underhand going on, a little bit unjust. And there's 10 of Pentacles. It could be affecting your money. This is an exposed strategy, an exposed spy. Something is exposed. The thing that we can't see is exposed now. So there we're seeing a little bit more of the picture. I love it when this happens and it comes like clearer. Sometimes you think, what on earth is going on? But this 7 of Wands is releasing that defenses. It's allowing. I think that means you will be able to release and let down your defenses. You won't have to keep them up. That said, let's just double check that. The Fool in reverse, so that lack of faith, you just don't feel like you can. And there's 2 of Swords, this decision. What is that about? Oh, Page of Wands. Could be about a child. Or it could just be that you're not feeling that, because the Fool in reverse, you're not feeling that faith, that childlike energy. The Page of Wands is, you could be hearing, you could be getting a message, could be about action. And we had the time. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to get a message and it's going to notify this time is coming up for this decision. So look out for something you're going to hear back. Could be a legal matter. It could be something as simple as, you know, needing to clear the air, needing something to come out. I know, sorry, I know I sound like that. I'm feeling quite tongue-tied. So I do feel like you're just going to start hearing stuff. Someone's going to speak up. The truth is going to come out. And that 2 of Swords means a decision is going to be made, whether that's you or coming from someone else. And usually a 2 of Swords is about a decision that we're making. So you just could be becoming clearer this week about which direction you're going to go. Let's have a look at a clarify for the Hermit and the Queen of Cups. Empress again, double Empress. Not clarifying the Empress, but it is clarifying the Hermit. So this sort of withdrawing to contemplate, to look at what you're fearing, to, you know, gain some wisdom, look at your inner wisdom. And the Queen of Cups, all about emotion there, but also about, you know, crown. Yeah. After this moment of reflection, this contemplation, this facing up what you're fearing and settling your emotions and being in control of your emotions, you are going to step into this new creative period. Like I said, she is, the Empress is all 4 queens. We have got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords in reverse. So we're missing the Queen of Wands, the entrepreneurial aspect, the action. So something's not happening. And we're missing the Queen of, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Oh, we're missing the Queen of Pentacles, money. Okay, action and money. So the Empress is going to, as the Empress, you are going to create this creativity, which brings us back into a business line. You're going to become creative because of these missing gaps, these missing bits of information, this lack of 10 of Pentacles that you're really trying to overturn. And we've got double Empress, 2 3s, 6. Some assistance is coming your way. You don't see it coming again. So then we finalise with the Empress and the Hanged Man. This change of perspective. What's going to give us this change of perspective? Oh my goodness. The Empress again. Oh, it's not often you see me quiet, is it? 3, 3, 3. Ow. I'm going to see what these empresses are. Something is being given birth to, a new way of life, a different decision, somewhere where you can use your creativity to release your new Ten of Pentacles. What are these Three of Pentacles about? Ace of Wands in reverse. Some of you may be struggling to become a mother. Obviously, this is not applicable to everybody, but I've got these 3 empresses, and you may be looking at different options to how to fulfill that for yourself. This has gone off on a slightly different tangent. The Ace of Wands in reverse there could literally mean infertility, and it could mean that you are stopping action, deciding. That could be what the decision is about. Deciding not to continue with fertility treatment or not continuing to expand your family, and that you will be looking at life from a different perspective. That was a really unexpected message that just come to me there. Let's just pick 3 more cards and then we'll take a look at the oracle cards. The Moon. So some fears this week, but whatever is hidden is coming into light. So, you know, if you're not sure about what's happening, if you're looking for some clarity, if you're seeking someone to speak up, I feel like that this week you are actually going to see a little bit more than you thought you were seeing. 6 of Wands. As a lack of success, but it's right underneath the moon. So that means you could be fearing a lack of success. Yeah, you could be fearing it, and that fear could be stopping you from taking action. Let's have a look. Oh, let's leave them on the floor because what's come out? Page of Swords. Another page. Pages are representative of children, but this is also another message. I can't stop here, can I? Another message, okay? Somebody speaking up. Sometimes that is a feeling of being spied on or talked about. Should we just look at these? I'm going to put them back. Judgment. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So there's another queen. And the 6 of Pentacles is about receiving something. Wow. You know, your resources are under pressure this week and you're going to get something to help you out. If this is about your family, you're going to get some assistance with your family, and that could come in the form of finances. This maternal energy, maternal creative energy is very, very strong. And if it's not about actual conceiving children, it could be your business could be related to children. Strength. I was drawn to the 8 earlier. So this could be something that's going to take a little while and get to August. But it means that no matter what those little thorns and the raises are, you're actually going to be 100% fine because you've got the inner strength and you are able to... it's not very nice when you've got to deal with things that aren't great for you, but you are actually stronger than you think and you can get through this. let's have a look at a Moonology card. So earlier I said about flexibility and the need for not just necessarily physical flexibility in terms of having enough space in your diary, but that mental flexibility. And here it says adjustments are required, and it's a third quarter moon there. And notice how this is not visible. So that thing which you can't see is going to be lit up, shining through, and whatever comes through means you're going to have to make adjustments. It's necessary for you to make these adjustments, and you need to do this. It's quite a strong message, that. And I feel that you are going to be able to do that. You're already contemplating. You're looking at the different paths of this is the third week this has come out. Nothing will come of this. And that, again, I'm going to say this is because you are worrying about something. These little thorns on the roses you're worrying about, and you don't need to worry about that. In the space of a moon cycle, it's a void of course moon, you are going to find out what is happening. I think this week you're definitely going to see something which is going to alter the picture. And then what's the last one of these? I'm just going to use these. Oh, last one, but two have come out. Nothing yet is set in stone. Again, this came out the other day. It's clearly the energy, the crescent moon. So you can be changeable. Nothing is permanent. You can change it. And it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Yes, because these are fears that you are cycling in your mind, and you definitely need to let them go. Well, that was a heavy-ish reading. Again, it just seems like everybody is just going through their own little chapters in life at the moment, and I can see from this reading that you do have the strength to get through this, and you will do. So you have a lovely week this week.